Imagine jumping into a stormy night from a hijacked plane with $200,000 in ransom and vanishing into thin air. Sounds like a movie plot, right? Yet this is far from fiction. This is the haunting narrative of the man known as D.B. Cooper, a tale woven with threads of audacity, mystery, and intrigue. In the year of 1971, the world was gripped by the chilling account of a daring hijacking and a man who seemingly disappeared without a trace. Despite the tireless efforts of the FBI, the identity of D.B. Cooper remained shrouded in enigma. His audacious act has sparked countless theories, investigations, and even a few confessions, all to no avail. As the decades have rolled on, the Cooper case has become a fixture of popular culture, a symbol of an unsolvable mystery. This is the true story of D.B. Cooper, a mystery that has stumped the world for half a century. November 24th, 1971, a man calling himself Dan Cooper, later dubbed D.B. Cooper, boards Flight 305. With a black briefcase in hand, he takes his seat in the back of the plane. Dressed in a business suit and appearing calm, he orders a bourbon and soda, not raising any suspicion. Once in the air, he passes a note to a flight attendant. Thinking it's just a lonely businessman's phone number, the flight attendant, Florence Schaffner, tucks it away without reading. Cooper, however, ensures his message is received. He leans toward Schaffner and whispers, "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." The note, never recovered, allegedly demanded $200,000 and parachutes. Cooper showed Schaffner the bomb in his briefcase, enough to convince her that this was no joke. The pilot immediately contacts air traffic control, who in turn notify the FBI. As the plane lands in Seattle for refueling, the authorities scramble to gather the ransom money and parachutes. Cooper releases the passengers, keeping a few crew members as his insurance. With the money and parachutes now in his possession, Cooper instructs the plane to fly towards Mexico City, with specific instructions for a low altitude and reduced speed. As night falls and the plane cruises over the vast wilderness of the Pacific Northwest, Cooper does the unthinkable. He lowers the rear stairs and, with the stormy night as his cloak, jumps into the unknown. His next actions would mark him as one of the most daring hijackers in history. Despite one of the most extensive manhunts in FBI history, Cooper's identity and fate remain a tantalizing mystery. The investigation, spanning decades, involved countless agents, exhaustive searches, and innovative forensics, yet ultimately, the trail went cold. In the wake of the audacious skyjacking, the FBI, armed with little more than a composite sketch and a black necktie, embarked on an almost impossible mission. The necktie left behind on the plane was initially overlooked. It was a thin thread in the vast tapestry of the case, seemingly insignificant against the backdrop of Cooper's daring escape. However, as years turned into decades and traditional methods of investigation proved fruitless, the FBI began to look at the evidence through a new lens. The black necktie, once dismissed as an inconsequential piece of evidence, suddenly held a world of potential. In the early days of the investigation, the tie was examined for fingerprints, fibers, anything that might lead to the elusive Cooper. But the science of the 70s was limited and the tie yielded no immediate clues. It was not until the turn of the millennium, with the advent of more sophisticated forensic techniques, that the tie would reveal its secrets. In an unexpected twist, the tie was found to contain particles of a rare earth metal, titanium. In the early 70s, titanium was not a common material. Its presence suggested that Cooper may have been involved in an industry where titanium was used, a tantalizing clue, but one that led to more questions than answers. Could this tie, this seemingly insignificant piece of fabric, hold the key to unraveling the mystery of D.B. Cooper? The FBI hoped so, and so, armed with this new lead, they plunged back into the investigation, re-examining old evidence and chasing down new leads. And yet, despite their best efforts, the identity of D.B. Cooper remained as elusive as ever. The man who had leapt from a plane into a stormy night with $200,000 in ransom had seemingly vanished into thin air. The trail went cold, until now. Enter the latest twist, Vince Peterson. Just when the trail seemed all but lost, a new suspect emerges from the shadows of obscurity. Vince Peterson, a name you might not know, but one that could potentially hold the key to unraveling this 5-decade-old mystery. Peterson's profile fits the elusive D.B. Cooper in more ways than one. He's not just a man who matches Cooper's description, but a man who had a peculiar connection with titanium, the same rare metal found on Cooper's tie. Peterson worked in a titanium research lab studying its reactions, a detail that's too uncanny to be simply brushed off as coincidence. And here's the clincher. Peterson lost his job in the very same year of the hijacking, 1971. Could this be a mere overlap of circumstances, or the final piece that completes this baffling puzzle? Coincidence, or the missing piece of this perplexing puzzle? So, is Vince Peterson our long-sought DB Cooper? The question echoes through the halls of crime history, stirring a debate that's as thrilling as it is perplexing. Peterson's connections to titanium, his uncanny resemblance to the sketches of Cooper, and the timing of his job loss, all these pieces fit the puzzle perfectly. Yet we are left grappling with conjectures and coincidences. No fingerprints, no definitive proof, and no confession. The DB Cooper case remains an enduring enigma, a tantalizing mystery that continues to baffle investigators and captivate the world. Is Peterson just another name added to the long list of suspects? Or is he the face behind the infamous moniker? The answer remains as elusive as Cooper himself, but one thing's for sure. The legend lives on, fueling our fascination with the unsolved and the unknown. This is the enduring enigma of DB Cooper, a mystery that continues to intrigue us half a century later.